I've been thinking about the previous diagnosis of my science theoretical to do with lung, appendix, colon, and insulin from pancreas. If you have the adjustment from colon with the natural bleaches, the enzymes that drop into the pool of blood around the liver, pancreas, and appendix, the lung filters blood and forms oxygenated blood and CO2 in the exhale. When your body is in trouble, you either increase in blood pressure and shallow rest at night gives out this CO2 into the bloodstream, which I think is the right hand lung, the smaller lung, that does this. This adjustment alters endocrine through organ to capillary through to gland adjustment. The gut, as I've said before, alters this. But with muscular problems and to do with Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, I see that this appendix, which has previously been acknowledged to allow people to eat raw meats, they have never said that there is another purpose for it, and I believe it activates the pancreas for insulin level by adjusting. Ask a question: how is it that the body produces acid? I believe it's the appendix adjusting this with the colon. It should cure Alzheimer's, muscular dystrophy, Parkinson's, and Crohn's disease if you treat the lung. The insulin is left to balance in sugar. If you don't interfere with insulin and you adjust lung oxygen and appendix, and I believe there is only one thing in the water table that would normally do that, found in food: paracetamol. Paracetamol and sugary drinks treat appendicitis. You have to wait for it to balance out. So I would say that we need to investigate the likelihood of adjusting Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and all the other MS, ME, and muscular dystrophy with treatment of levels of acid in the body due to appendicitis abnormality not being activated by a correct gut. The whole system goes bland and never manages to catch up after hormone activation is maximum plateau. It can't recover mineral or biological through sugar adjustment. So I would say, my experience, metformin is the best way to treat all the other problems if you want to balance out sugar and stop cramping. Now the cramping, I believe, is hydrogen in the muscles due to a super inefficiency of lung capacity due to the adjustments of bloods through the lungs. the glands, the sinuses, and the endocrine are all involved. In extreme fatigue that is encountered by all of these things, the lymph glands are activated at the last moment, and you end up with a flu symptom, which is DOMS, delayed onset muscle syndrome, which is causing muscular dystrophy and some of these other terrible blood and muscle complaints of sharp pains, tight muscles, muscular dystrophy, all of it. An inefficiency to adjust appendix of acid levels, including Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, because it doesn't allow hemoglobin to be produced in a normal gut. Activation of maximum hemoglobin white cell production through a healthy body system. It's all starting to fail in between all of them, and some of the side effects are quite painful for its people, including memory loss. The electrolyte is not being produced, and also the cerebral fluid is not being finely adjusted because it hasn't peaked out full blood flow in a healthy pump system of engine from the gut through to the organs, through the blood cleaning, through to the blood pressure balancing out temperature, body temperature through the endocrine and the pituitary, which I know a lot about. As a fact, I have pituitary cancer myself. So mine is a macrodemia, and it's not producing lactine anymore. It's been 9 years stable. I do have cancer. That's up to you, Doc. You know the conversations I've had with everybody else and what I've published in the world of social media about these. I think the breakthrough is lung filters CO2 to fight off cancer, and the acid activates the whole thing. If you get too much activation, it's going to cause hydrogen in the muscles, and you have to treat your body with a certain amount of water, balancing out alkaline and mineral acids.